So today we want to dwell much into social enterprises. We want to see that globally, these social enterprises are recognized by at the global level. When I speak of the global level, we are speaking about the global north. You go to Europe, go to America, go to Canada. If you Google, and many social enterprises have come here from Canada, and they ask us, is there a body where we can register ourselves? For example, if you check out the Canada Social Enterprise Center. So we saw it wise to see that why can't we trickle this to Africa, for example, in Uganda, because this is a first. We have seen many for the medium enterprises that have come up, but we want to understand who are these social enterprises? What are they? Who are these people? And why have they come up? And why this niche? Because it's something you see very small. Next, it's something which is very small, but it has come up to see that it creates impact socially and also environmentally. So social enterprises is a business that prioritize solving social and environmental challenges within our communities. And what are these environmental challenges we solve? And for example, Energy Village, who wants to make sure that they bring green energy to the community, the ones who are making fuel briquettes, but not leaving out the profit part. Normally, whenever we are making the profit, we have to make sure that we are not tampering with our environment. We are providing a social good to the community. So that's the instance of a social enterprise. And they operate in a way that they invest most of their profits into their social mission. If your social mission is to protect the environment, then you have to bring back the profits to the people. And from the previous panel we have seen, one of the from the audience once told us that operating a social enterprise is like chewing glasses. And I see most of you how you have passed through to reach at the top or to celebrate your birthdays. It's something which is complex and no one can categorize us. And whenever you'll go, they will tell you which category do you fall into. And you just go into limited by guarantee or you go into a non-for-profit. So we want to see, we have come here to see that we solve some of the challenges. Globally or regionally in sub-Saharan Africa, the number of barriers, limited access to finance is everywhere. But what are you using the finance for as a social enterprise? And we have seen a number of funding coming in, grants coming in, and most of us, we are not ready. Regionally, most of the social enterprises are not ready to take up these funds. Reason is that most of them, we are not compliant, we are not working in line with the government, we are not working in line, we don't know which ministry even takes us, if it's there. Another challenge we saw it is that the dominance of informality. Informality meaning that many lack the formal registration, and you'll find them everywhere, not registered, not categorizing themselves, they don't know where they fall, and also the fragmentation, being everywhere, not knowing exactly, not coming together to work together as a social enterprise. Also, inadequate legal and frameworks within our countries, not only in Uganda but also in other countries. It is happening. So there's also limited access to quality and affordable product certification. It's not only here but also in other countries, it's affecting them. So when we go, next please. So when we look at those challenges, we want to see as a country, as Uganda, we know others are facing them, but what should we do as how can we put our government, how can we bring government, how can we bring the policy boards to see that we can work with them? And how can we bring the registration to see that we are registered in a centralized place where in just a click away you can find these social enterprises? When we were making our research, we went to the World Economic Forum and we saw that over 10 million, next please, over 10 million social enterprises globally they are being registered. This is a global figure, over 10 million, and also generating around 2 trillion revenue annually and creating over 200 million jobs. So we see that at the global level, we have the statistics, we have the figures. Everyone is happy to see that, yeah, the social enterprises are thriving. But only this data is coming from Europe, it's coming from Canada, it's coming from US. And for them, they have already streamlined at least to see who is a social entrepreneur, how a social entrepreneur, what are the challenges they are facing, and how they can work with their governments, and where to register. So, at Sub-Saharan Africa, where we find Kenya, Uganda, many countries, over 27 countries in Sub-Saharan Africa, we see that over 4 million social enterprises are being recorded, and that data is coming from World Economic Forum, and already that data is there. But come to Uganda, you'll see that there is scanty data. When you go online, you will not find any platform having a recognized that these are social enterprises being recorded, or being like a platform where you can go run to register your social enterprise, read about social enterprise. Most of the data is scanty. You find that many people or governments are working in silos. The MD one is having the social, the medium size. Others entrepreneurs are there who are making money. So for you who's having a social goal, who's having an environmental goal, who's protecting the environment, as well as looking at the profit at the end, and also reinvesting back to your business, it is not being recorded well. You don't have that data, you don't have where to run to. And that's the reason we have seen that. Next slide, please. If you look at the numbers in Uganda, we want to add on those numbers. We are not meaning those people are there. They are available. If you go to northern Uganda, if you go to western Uganda, if you go to West Nile, they are there. Even in the room, we invited them. But they are not on any platform. And for this, they are denied access, one, to grants, access to finance, access to trainings, and also access to most of the challenges to be solved. For example, when we talked on URA, taxation, certification with Uganda, with UNBS, most of these trainings are available. So, as Fuse, we saw it wise to see that if we create a platform, which we have come up with, all these, you register per region, where the region you are located, be it you are in Western Uganda, be it you are in Eastern, even per district, then we can say that in this district we have this number of social enterprises. In this region we are having this number. Then if you're having the numbers, that's the time you can go to government. But you can't just wake up and go to government without, when you're fragmented, you're working in silos, you're fighting each other, and you're not federating.